Hello and welcome to this overview of IREC Training Program Accreditation and the value it offers to training program managers, funders, employers, and our clean energy workforce. In this brief session, we'll look at the level of quality assurance provided when you select an IREC accredited training program, taking much of the guesswork out of the vendor selection process. So what is accreditation? In the simplest terms, it is the recognition awarded by an independent party when a program meets or exceeds a standard. The Interstate Renewable Energy Council, IREC, administers an accreditation program for clean energy training providers in North America. The IREC assessment evaluates each applicant against quality practices in a range of training delivery and program management areas. For example, the process examines how instructors are hired and evaluated, how curriculum is developed and delivered, how safety is addressed in all training environments, and how the provider integrates feedback from learners and updates from industry into their program. When you choose to work with an IREC accredited provider, you have the assurance that the vendor has a proven track record of quality in these areas. Training entities that achieve IREC accreditation have demonstrated that they have robust management processes in place that operate independently of specific individuals within the program. When accredited entities follow their policies and procedures consistently, they ensure quality outcomes for learners regardless of who facilitates their training or whoever is managing the training center at a given moment in time. Validation of this broader quality process is what distinguishes accreditation, designed for institutions, from certification, an individual portable credential. So let's get back to the value that accreditation offers to your organization. If you procure IREC accredited training, you will know that the provider has opened up their training operation to intense scrutiny during the IREC assessment process. Accredited providers have shown evidence of quality across the board, from having curriculum that is fully aligned with an industry-approved list of job tasks, to ensuring timely feedback from industry to stay at the cutting edge of technology and work practices. And equally important, the training provider has met a high bar for ensuring safety and comfort in the learning environment. Accreditation is one of several tools that helps to safeguard the public against unqualified or unsafe training and education. Accredited entities have demonstrated administrative systems that, for example, protect the confidentiality of student data and provide adequate follow-up and redress in the case of complaints or appeals. Accredited providers also ensure that the training experience is fair and unbiased for all learners. This is a prerequisite to making sure that all of your workers benefit from training interventions. Credential holders share the IREC philosophy that continuous improvement and collaboration with industry stakeholders benefit us all and foster the growth of a highly skilled clean energy workforce. To this end, accredited training providers have demonstrated a quality management system that informs every aspect of their program operations, from how they make updates to courses, learning tools, and instructional materials, to how they manage training program personnel and contractors. What other benefits do you receive from working with an accredited provider? The multi-month IREC assessment process is a valuable opportunity for that provider to examine and refine their program before you receive services. In addition to what we've already mentioned, the provider has demonstrated how they maximize student engagement and how they utilize valid learning assessments throughout their training. When you're paying for personnel training, you want to know that your learners come away with the skills required to improve work performance. IREC accreditation is a strong indicator of transformational training. In this overview, we have only scratched the surface of the training provider competencies that are validated by the IREC assessment process. Some of the more behind-the-scenes practices that an IREC credential holder must demonstrate, such as their ability to conduct a needs assessment for you prior to training, or their investment in their trainers' professional development and linkages to industry, all feed back into the quality of the training that your organization receives. There are many aspects to consider when procuring training services to address work performance or to train new personnel. But third-party accreditation is one important, and in some cases, a required element of vendor selection. It can carry much of the weight for you in terms of validating quality. In summary, IREC accreditation is a valuable tool in your procurement toolbox. It can help you determine whether a training provider is truly capable of meeting the needs of your employees. So before issuing an RFP for your next training services contract, consider the role that accreditation can play in ensuring that your selection of training provider and the investment that you make of staff time and limited training funds actually yield the results that you need to see.